Hello everyone and welcome to another election 2016 video. I got my sample ballots and voter guide in the mail a few days ago, so I thought that I would talk a little bit about what's on the ballot where I live and how to decide who and what to vote for. Because at least where I live, there are a lot of things that are on the ballot. So this is what the front cover of the sample ballot looks like. And on the back cover, you should be able to find your polling place. And there's also a vote by mail application in case you decide that you want to vote by mail. So the sample ballot is just like the regular ballot. So what I like to do is fill out my sample ballot ahead of time so that when I go to the polls on election day, I can just copy everything from my sample ballot to my actual ballot. There's some propositions that I know a lot about, but there's some that I don't really know that much about, which is why the voter guide is a really great resource, because it clearly explains what the initiative will do, what a yes vote means, what a no vote means, and how much it's going to cost. It also has an argument in favor of and an argument against each initiative. As far as candidates and local measures go, your sample ballot should have some information. Mine has candidate statements, as well as information and arguments in favor of and against local measures. This is a pretty good resource for learning about local measures, but I would highly suggest doing a little bit of your own research about the candidates, because the candidate statements are written by the candidates or people who work for them, so they're usually a little bit biased. I would suggest doing some research on what their policies are. You can just do a quick Google search. So now for my viewers who live in Santa Clara County, I'm going to go over what's on my ballot. So the first thing on my ballot is the president. You probably know who the candidates are. So those are the nominees for the Peace and Freedom Party, the Republican Party, the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, and the Democratic Party. Then in California, we have an election for senator, and both of the candidates are Democrats, because in California, the two people that get the highest number of votes during the primary go on the ballot. Then we have the candidates for the U.S. House of Representatives, and then there's two candidates for state senate and two candidates for state assembly. State senators and members of the state assembly make laws that affect the entire state of California. Then we have a seat for the Santa Clara County School Board. This person makes decisions about schools and education in the local area. So those were all the candidates that were on my ballot. You may also see members of City Council, members of the Board of Supervisors, and mayors. Those people basically make laws that affect your county or your city. A lot of people aren't very educated about local politics, but people in local office can actually do a lot of things that can affect your life. And lastly, we have local initiatives and the 17 propositions that qualified in California. I'm not going to go into detail about all of the propositions, but I want to mention a few that might be interesting to you. Proposition 58 would require that all schools ensure that students attain English language proficiency. Proposition 62 would repeal the death penalty. Proposition 63, also known as Safety for All, would require background checks for purchasing ammunition, and it also prohibits the possession of large capacity ammunition magazines. Proposition 64 would legalize recreational marijuana, and Proposition 65 and 67 have to do with plastic bags and whether they should be banned or not and where money should go from them. And then there's a county housing bond and a district measure that would help with transportation, expand BART to repair potholes and other things like that. And lastly, there's a bond for my area's school district. So that's everything that's on my ballot. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm not just saying that to say that. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me through YouTube, my email, or any of my social media accounts, because I really want to make sure that all of you are informed. So I hope that you all learned something from this video. Be sure to watch the last presidential debate on Wednesday, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Goodbye.